My name is Christopher Jacob and I am the Chairman for Te Rere Atukahia Marae and the Manager for Te Runanga Ngaitama Whariua, and I've jumped on board this group to support from my marae perspective. Well, what I found from the research group is it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, which was actually a really good thing. I thought it was going to be a very tense situation between cultures given the history of our town and what's happened here. Initially I thought it was going to be a task that wasn't going to move forward. We started this off as complete strangers from, it felt, two different foreign worlds to a point where now, only after a short few months that we've come to this space where we feel like family.
So I initially became involved in the research project with Tessa coming to meet me at the community centre and highlighted, what the project was about and what the purpose of the research project was. So my experience with the research project has been very collaborative, and it's been very heartwarming to hear a lot of the stories that have been shared throughout the community. My knowledge of the Katikati community is a lot broader than I initially thought. I thought it was quite a sort of sleepy town and not really a lot happened in Katikati, but through the research project and hearing the stories of the people that are involved has really given me a greater depth and a greater sense of knowledge of, the vibrancy that's hidden away within Katikati that you don't initially see from the outset.
It was actually quite scary because I had no idea what I was coming into. I could see some huge disconnects, and so that became a challenge. It became a nice challenge to be able to yield people together. A huge honour, to work with the Tongan community, the Indian community, and especially the mana whenua, the Māori community here has just been, invaluable.
Kia ora tātou, o kere mā purukamu no te hapu tame whariua, tēnei e kororo mai ana. A tēnā koutou. Tēte au o ngā kaumātua I runga tēnei marae o tātou. I found the journey very challenging, especially as I'm an educator. I've asked many questions with the teachers as to how they feel about combining with Māori and actually teaching Māori at schools, and I'd like to see more notice taken of Māori activities around the place, more recognition of Māori. At the moment there's what we call 4 pioneers, Gladstone, Stewart, Mulgan and Macmillan, and they recognised in both schools. That's the college and primary. They have forgotten one pioneer, and that was the first pioneer that were here. They were Māori. They were actually here first, and they should be part and parcel of recognition within the schools as well.
I, during this process, have been experienced to full-on racism towards Māori as an intermediary, and unfortunately that was a learning.
Yeah, we talk about racialism and so forth, and it's only, we talk about it happening overseas. It's happening here. One way of fixing it is getting together as a community to work as kotahitanga or as one unit.
I would like to see Māori coming into the what can we do space, and I want to find a way to ask them that. I want to walk hand in hand with anybody who wants to walk hand in hand with the goals that come out of that research.
And I think the work that's been done will have advantages way into the future. The fact that the marae here is so welcoming, is a great start.
Before the meetings were held here, before I came down to the whakakai, there was a perception as, will I be accepted? Am I going to meet protocol? It was quite relaxed and it was all very welcoming, and it was quite easy to feel accepted. And even today, down here at the whakakai, it's been like you're part of the whānau. It wasn't just like a token gesture that you were inviting, the Māori culture or the tangata whenua. It was that, we want to immerse ourselves in your culture and your experience and really know firsthand what that culture is like. When it comes to, ensuring the ethnic communities feel welcomed in Katikati, that all groups are represented and that there's no one that's left out or missed, in that process, because the research has been very, I believe, comprehensive. It's really going to complement what the Welcoming Communities Initiative is.
The importance for me to have the reference group here at Te Rere Atukahia Marae was an old saying, a tree is known by its fruits. And if the fruit is not looking healthy, there's an issue at the root. And it was always, it couldn't be any other way but to come back to this place, to this marae.
Although this is a marae, it's never been foreign of Pākehā. I mean, we've got some Pākehā people from in the community that helped to build our wharenui, and his picture sits inside our whare. So I think what's different now is that people, as opposed to feeling scared and standing outside the gates, they're more inclined to come up to us and ask us, hey, what is the process here on the marae? It's made it better in the fact that our whānau feel like through this relationship that's been struck up, that they feel like they are a valued members of the community and they're not being looked at like, what are you doing in this part of town? You know, because they've always been used to being confining themselves to one space, that going into the town, it's been a bit foreign to them because that's where they're just under the understanding that they hang out down here and everyone else hangs out everywhere else.
Tessa is a Pākehā leading the research. It could have been seen as, who is this Pākehā that's rolling into the marae here to tell us how we ought to do things? Or you could look at it as, wow, there's a European Pākehā person that is deeply interested in our well-being and is prepared to put it on the line.
So what's happened is that it's really created and strengthened relationships between not just us as people and the things that we do, but also within the roles that we have in the community. So I mean, for me to be talking to the council to get support from them for a Māori issue, I wouldn't have even actually have gone there. But through this process and through working with one of the councillors, David, we've created a platform where we trust, and we've come into it with an honest whakaaro and knowing what we're doing. I mean, there have been situations that we've found ourselves in as Māori that we've needed support, and I can ring David and he can have that situation sorted for us and our people within moments. You know, whereas before it might have taken us months just to get a meeting.
Those outcomes of the community getting together many times, but particularly for the young people, you know, because I think they were isolated and lost, and you know, very difficult to some of the issues are not easy to solve, and got historic, you know, problems from way back. But I think it's the first step.
I think the things that have helped to achieve what's gone on is that the open-mindedness of everyone involved. They've actually come into this project with an open mind and with the mindset of trying to find the solution to bring us all forward, because we've been stuck in a situation where no collaboration has taken place, where there's been no trust, so we haven't engaged in kaupapa on either side of the fence. We've all kept to our own things.
I feel more confident in myself. I mean, we've built up a friendship here. It's a little family that we've built here, which can only grow from here. And if we can grow the community the way that we've grown together as a small group, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I'm overwhelmed with the way in which this group has worked. This journey's been a great journey as far as I'm concerned.
My last words in closing will be, I'd like to thank Tessa McKenzie, of course, because of her leading the research in this project and bringing people together and making people feel comfortable and comfortable sharing, and where some of the participants would maybe not normally do that, but this has allowed people to share their voice, have their voice heard, and that's going to be reflected in the research for, I believe, generations to come.
When you're dealing with a total community, it's important to have the voices of all community, and you know, it's important to have background to describe that whole feeling of what it was like as a researcher. It was scary at times, but you know, hugely there was a lot of hope attached to it, because you could see how we could work together way better.
Because I think as Māori we've always been engaged in kaupapa that have never gone anywhere. You have to take risks, and we're never going to get anywhere if we always say no and confine ourselves to what's going on down here. I know personally and from our Māori's perspective that it has made a difference.
And the ripple effect that I believe that it will have is people will become, I guess, more open. It'll break down walls. People will become more comfortable approaching different ethnicities and become more aware of one another.
With our young people and folk like Nolene being given that the permission really to go out and express herself and to go and, and to do a lead, and I was just absolutely amazed, and I was blown away by her, just her vision, as well as people like Lucy as well doing the suicide, and just seeing her unpack, the truths for them as young people. Our young people have so much gifts and so much things to say if they're given the room.
What I would like to see going forward is actually a forum like this to continue going on, where members of the community from all different backgrounds meet, once a month or, once a fortnight. And now we just need to grow it. Welcome more of our community into the whānau, no matter where they're from or who they are. And if we communicate with each other, then it'll be for the betterment of everybody, and we can row this waka forward.